Bella? What you doing, girlie? You go inside? Yeah? There we go. Okay, come on. Go on, get in the house. Well, go on, you come running all the way over here. There you go. She came running from way over there when I opened the door. Maxie was sitting here. He jumped in and came in. She was way over there. She come running. That's too funny. Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is November 9th, 2017. Much nicer day. You can see we had clear skies today, which is nice. It was, it's about 50 degrees today was the high. It's probably in the 40s now. We're working over here and the sun is over in that area. It's still pretty good shine. Let's see, I'll show you guys where we're at here with the solar. Alright, let me turn this on real quick. Okay, so we got 0.8 in so far on this one, still bringing in power, and this one has 0.9, so 1.7 total for the day so far. So not wonderful, but still got power coming in, so that's a good thing. Like I said, it's just that time of year. It's funny, I know I was talking a little bit about my solar yesterday, and I want to talk just for a minute about it again today. And when we first got up here, we started out with these 3 panels right here, and we had a 12-volt system, and I was using marine deep cycle batteries at that point, which are more of a golf cart battery. And so that's what we started out with that first year. And that next spring, which would have been not this year but last year, we added these 3 panels and then ended up going with a 24-volt system. Okay, and so then after that, and it's funny because it's like you get through that first winter with this, and we ran that generator a ton, a ton. And so then last winter, you know, we had changed our whole system, invested in new batteries, and that's when we went with the Trojan L16E batteries, which are much better designed for off-grid. And then, like I said, then we ended up getting the other panels as well, and it made a big difference for that year. So then this year we added the other 4 panels in the spring, and you know, so now we have a 2,520 watt system, and it's definitely made a huge difference with the 4 more panels this year. I mean, it's just the difference between from 1,500 watts to 2,520 was like night and day. And I think the angle of the panels made a difference too. You know, so it's like, as you can see, like what I just showed you, these guys here brought in 0.8, and these guys brought in 0.9. So, and even though there's still more of these, but it just, you know, it, like I said, it's, you know, it's interesting to watch it, and how, you know, as you go and trying to work on things and getting things squared away. So that's all we've been trying to do, and that's what we're going to continue to do. But so that's kind of that. But you know, and then I said in the spring we're going to add more panels again and make it better again. So we'll just keep working at it, and the next thing you know, I'm going to be telling you our power needs are awesome. So we won't have power needs at that point. But that's okay. I mean, like I said, that whole thing is a work in progress. Basically, the ultimate goal is to weed out the generator altogether so that we don't have to use it at all, and get to that point where, you know, we can just run strictly on solar, winter or summer. And what we have done with adding on the solar panels this year, it's extended us, you know, earlier in the spring, if you will. But actually, I don't think we put the panels up until like April or May. But next spring, we'll be able to get on there, you know, be more self-sufficient earlier than we were this last year. And I know this winter, it's already made a difference. I mean, otherwise, if we had just been on the old system, we would only be having like 0.8 in on total for today. So probably, I mean, right now I'm running, the house is running on the solar. So, you know, I don't have to run the generator. Where last year I probably at this point would have had the batteries already off and switched over and been using the generator. So it makes a huge difference, okay? Anyway, I wanted to talk about a topic, and I keep going on about my solar stuff, and I'm sorry, but I know a lot of new people are coming in watching the channel, and I just kind of wanted to go over it and our journey with our solar and what we've done so far, and you know, like I said, where we hope to expand to. And like I said, well, you know what, maybe I'll just make this video about solar because I'm already flapping away about it. But what we're going to eventually do is I'm going to put pole mounts. I'm going to do 3 different stations. So I'm going to put like one there, a second one there, and I don't know if I'll leave that there like that. I may, but these 2 spots here, what I'm going to do is basically that'll have 6 panels on one, and it'll have the pole come up, mounted up. This is the ultimate goal, okay? And then have it on a sun tracker. Have a second pole situation, same thing here, again, also on a tracker. So obviously I would be looking at adding at least 6 more panels at that point. And if I go again with the 250 watt panels, you know, you're looking at another 1,500 watts of power on top of what we already have right now, which would take us up over 4,000 watts. And I think if we're on the sun tracker and it follows it from the early part of the morning over here where the sun comes up in, you know, in the east, and follows it through the course of the day, I think that's going to make a big difference in our production and in those things as well. So that's the ultimate plan. That's the ultimate thing that we're going to do. Like I said, guys, you know, when it comes to the solar, and if you're looking at putting in a solar system, okay, this is my suggestion would be do it exactly the way we did it. And how is that? You start out small and you build up from there, okay? Because it's an expensive project. It's not cheap. I'm going to say that right away. But the thing is, I fully believe that it's well worth it in the long run. You know, once you have your system completely squared away the way you want it. Let's say you live in an area, if you're in suburbia, okay, and you want to start working on solar panels and doing that. What my suggestion would be is get a few solar panels, 3, 4, whatever, however many you feel comfortable getting. Get a battery bank going, okay. Take one room, like let's say maybe your garage or you know, one room that you use for whatever. Rewire that so that's hooked directly into your solar system. So then you're still not off grid at that point, but that one room is off grid, okay? And you could start slowly like that. And then as you continue to add to your system and figure out what your wants and your needs are, maybe, you know, you do, you know, another room and you have other things that you're, you know, using, and you watch your power and stuff like that. And like I said, guys, honestly, it is a learning process as you go. And that would be my suggestion. If you really want to work on doing this from wherever you are, you can do it, even on a small scale. I mean, if you live in an apartment, it's a little bit harder, obviously, because you don't have the area. You might have a little balcony or something like that. But I mean, if you have a house or whatever you have, you know, like I say, start out small, work on it, and you're going to get there. I mean, it's just, I mean, you know, we have been up here, now this is starting our 3rd winter here at the homestead, and like I said, our first winter, we had 750 watts total. That's what we had on a 12-volt system. Then last year, we went to a 24-volt system, and, you know, like I said, then we added the other 3 panels, so then we went from, you know, 750 to 1,500, and I was like, wow, man, this is freaking awesome. And it made a big difference. And realistically, when in the summertime, the 1,500 watts was good to go. I mean, you know, we were good to go. Now, like I said, then this year we added on the 4 more panels. These are 4 255 watt panels. And the difference was like, holy crap. I mean, especially in the summertime. I mean, you know, we had days, I think the best day we had this year, we pulled in 7.3 kilowatt hours. Okay, and again, so let's go back and let's look at what the average household uses. Okay, average household uses 30 kilowatt hours of power per day. Okay, that's a lot of power. Okay, they said the average homestead off-grid property uses an average of 10 kilowatt hours a day. We go you know, in the summertime, realistically, if I'm pulling in 3 to 3.5 kilowatt hours in a day, I can run all day and deep into the night, and we shut off everything at night when we go to bed. So it's not like we have the power running at night. We don't. We keep that off at night. And then we have I have ice bottles that we put in the refrigerator, and that helps keep everything in the refrigerator cold through the night, because the door's not being open and closed all night long. And then we turn the power back on in the morning, and you know, we're good to go. So, you know, that's how we do it up here. And like I said, it's a work in progress. This time of year is tough, especially being in the Northeast, being in New York. It's not an easy time for solar. But, you know, it's like if you continue to work on your system and you work at it methodically, you're going to get there, you know. I am looking at, like I said, if we do it, you know, if I can add another 1,000 watts this next spring, or 1,500 watts, that would be awesome. That'll get us going much earlier in the spring, being more self-sufficient, and take us much farther into the fall next year. I mean, if I had, like I said, we pulled in 1.9 kilowatt hours today. Or 1.7, I'm sorry, 1.7 so far, and the sun's still out right now, so we are still getting some sun. But if I had another 1,000 watts and was pulling in another 0.8 or 0.9, that's another 1/3 of power production for us. You know what I mean? So it just makes it that much better. You want to try to keep your batteries in absorption mode if you can. And so, like I said, summertime we're going to be in much better shape. But it's all a work in progress, and it just takes time. And anybody has any questions and you want to, you know, ask, I'm more than happy to help. I learned the same way. I asked people that knew more than I did. And Bill and Rosa from Bill and Rosa Off Grid. Bill is absolutely a great go-to guy. They have an off-grid property, and he knows exactly what he's doing, knows what he's talking about when it comes to solar. So he's a great one to talk to as well. So anyway, I was going to do a different video today, but I got rolling on this solar, so I thought I would just roll with it. So anyway, guys, listen, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember, STD, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You know, you will get there. It just takes time. You got to work at things, and you got to be willing to sacrifice a little bit, you know, and that's what it's all about realistically. You know, long-term goals, short-term games, you know, or gains, I'm sorry, I'm going brain dead here. You just got to work at it, and you'll get there. So anyway, guys, listen, I hope everybody's doing well, and the week's almost done. We'll talk to you guys later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for